Now I want to introduce a very inspirational lady. We've been friends since what year? Don't even know. We've been friends for forever. Carrie is one of the most inspirational people, together with my mum. And this is my honour to introduce Carrie Woolley.
Oh, you bugger. Hello, everybody. Okay, so that's me. Wasn't I cute? I was born with a hole in my heart and some other issues, and before that photo was taken I'd had 2 or 3 surgeries, and I don't think much has changed, in all honesty. I'm still partial to a onesie. I read lots of books on animals. I do like a milky drink, and the horse is sat underneath the tree, which is what I've always wished for, and it's never happened. I do have horses, but they're not. I've never found one under the tree, so if everybody could step up, that would be great. You can go on to the next slide, please, darling. And that's me. After, between that photo and this one, I had my open heart surgery, and I bear a beautiful scar that goes from here right the way down, and recently had it tattooed, so to make a thing of it. I was obsessed with horses, and I still am. They are the most incredible animal on the planet, bar humans, in my humble opinion. Horses, for me, live, well, for themselves, they live in the moment. They don't worry about yesterday, and they aren't that much fussed about tomorrow. They don't care. They're living in the here and the now, and they appreciate now. They're not, they don't wake up in the morning, oh bugger, I wish I'd gone so-and-so yesterday. Wish I'd done that. I wish I'd booked that for tomorrow. No, they live now, right now. And he was my best friend. His name was Cass, and I was very overhorsed. He was the sort of horse my daughter would absolutely adore, because she's not quite the ticket, that one. Anything remotely dangerous, that's hers. So yeah, that was him. But for me, he was lovely, and I can't help but wonder if he knew something that I didn't, and he was looking after me more than I realised. Next slide, darling. And that's me and him as well, looking really rather dapper in my hacking jacket and my pony club tie that I got kicked out of pony club, not gonna lie. I got kicked out. Well, not kicked out. I was told I wasn't welcome. That's the same thing, I think. And it wasn't because of something I did necessarily. It was because I refused to give up on him. He was mine, and we were a partnership. And if he couldn't be the horse to take me through pony club, then I wasn't doing it. And I didn't want to have another one. He was mine, and we were in it together. And so I stuck at it and said, no, it's me and him or neither of us. And I got asked to very politely box up your horse and leave then. So we did. And that was okay, it was fine. Pony club was not for us. Next slide. So, keeping in the thing of horses, these are some of my job titles. I've been a groom pretty much since I left school. I've worked for several people. I've worked for a very famous Olympian dressage rider. Sadly, she's not with us anymore. I'm a qualified hairdresser. I'm a reflexologist. I'm a nail tech. I'm an equine healer. I'm an equine communicator, and yes, that does mean talking to horses like Dr. Dolittle. I'm a doula, which I make, again, it's horse. Are you alright, dear? You okay?
I am now.
Alrighty. Keep a glass under your mouth. And then, yeah. I'm a doula, so I make horsehair jewellery. Next slide. I'm an artist. I'm a homemaker. I'm a crafter. I'm a mum, which is my proudest. I'm a carer, and I'm me. Okay.
You've got this.
Round of applause for Carrie, please.
I was so ready with my speech, so ready when I had it down. So I'll start as I was going. I'll just change it at the end, and that's okay. In 2020, the day before my 40th birthday, I was diagnosed with breast cancer. Grade 3, stage 3. So it was a nasty one. And if I'd left it much longer, we'd be looking at stage 4. I underwent 2 surgeries, 6 chemotherapies, and 15 radiotherapies. And I got the all clear. And I celebrated, and I got on with my life. And yesterday, I found out it's back. One of my surgeries, sorry guys, one of my surgeries was lymph node removal, full auxiliary clearance. However, they didn't remove all of them, and they left 2. Are you okay? Yeah. They left 2 that they didn't see at the time, and that's completely normal. They can't guarantee all of them. And they found cells back in one of the nodes, and I got the call at 8:30 yesterday morning. So while we're on that subject, I found the cancer in the beginning in a lump, quite a prominent lump, but I've got them this side as well. Nothing unusual to me. It was nothing unusual. They're fibroadenomas this side, and they're completely benign, and they're fine. So I kind of assumed it was one of those as well, but no, it wasn't to be. And then about a fortnight ago, I noticed some pain. So whoever tells you, and you read, because you will, whoever tells you and you read that cancer doesn't hurt, it bloody well does. It does hurt. So if you get a niggle and you get the slightest change that's not for you, you get straight to the doctors and you demand a referral. Go on. That's my first scar, with my slightly hairy armpit. It's very neat. I don't care about scars. They're just tattoos that look slightly different to me. Next slide. And that's me looking like a potato. I'm not going to lie, chemo is brutal, it really is. It's a really nasty thing. The chemo I had was called docetaxel, and it's made from yew trees, which are highly toxic, and if you ate some, you would die chewing it. They're that nasty. And that's what my chemo was made from, so I was poisoned, there's no two ways about it. But I dealt with it really well, I think. My hair started falling out, and I said, okay, let's shave it off. It's just hair, it'll grow back, makes no odds. if I have to choose between hair and life, I choose life. So, and it wasn't forever. It started falling out at day 14, and it went on for a little bit. And I started growing it back, I think 3 weeks into chemo. So my chemo didn't keep it away. It got rid of it, and then it allowed it to grow back. And I was on the same chemo for all 6, which is really unusual. But I've got a heart condition, so they were a bit, bit cautious. Next slide, darling. And that's me rocking a headscarf. And I've drawn on my eyebrows, which I will say I still have to do, because apparently the eyebrows didn't want to grow back. Well, that's okay. So, we can draw those on. So that's me. And when I look back at that photo, that's what I try and grab hold of now. I remember being strong and saying, I'm not dealing with this. I've got no time for this. It is an inconvenience to my life, and I want it gone. I have got things to do. I have got places to be, and I have got, I got plans. So it needs to hurry up, get gone, and so I can get on with my life. So I need to, grab hold of that again. Next slide. And that's my second surgery. So I'm going for a cross next time, I think, as it'll be the same side again. So yeah, it's quite nasty. I've got a big chunk missing, so I didn't have a mastectomy. Although if it's on the cards, I will absolutely take it. Whip the buggers off, I do not need them. Next slide. And that's me a month ago, without a care in the world, with one of my horses on Westbury White Horse. If you haven't been, I suggest you go. It's breathtaking up there, it really is. And it's right on the doorstep of Bath. His name's Zar. And I am a Dr. Dolittle, and I do believe in all of that. And I truly, truly believe that horse has been here before. He knows too much. He's wise, and he's a puzzle solver, and he tests me. And Cass passed in about 90, I'm going to try and think now, hang on, 92. So, and he was born in 2009, and I can't help but wonder if he is Cass, because he just gets it. He knows everything, and he's my absolute world. There's a lot of horse in that tiny body. Next slide. And that's me with a little hint to my next little things in my life. I'm a nana. And I don't feel old enough, and I'm not old enough, but, biologically, I'm a nana. Next slide. And there they are. Brooke, you've already met, loud and clear. Brooke is going to be 1 next month. And Aria was 2 in February. Aria's not biologically mine, she's my stepdaughter's, but she's a nana's girl. And I absolutely adore the bones of those children. Absolutely adore the bones of them. Next slide. And that's me with Zar. Zar. He keeps me grounded. He makes me think. And he makes me think about him and not what's going on in the world. And isn't it incredible that an animal can do that? An animal can say, "Woo, what about me?" And you absolutely get absorbed in them. So the next time your pet looks at you and you say, I know you want food. They've told you, they've teamed it out to you, and they've dealt with your brain and gone, I'm starving. And you've gone, yeah, I know, I'll feed you now. Everybody just poo-poos it. Everybody's like, oh, it just wants food and I'll just feed it. Or it wants petting, or when you walk past a dog in the street, it's not yours, and you go, hello. You've spoken to them because they've spoken to you back. And Zar's constantly talking to me, and when I need quiet, I don't sit on my own, I sit with him. Because he's a big, strong man, is what he is. He doesn't know he's that big. He thinks he's huge. He really does. But yeah, he absolutely grounds me. And he's, what is he now? 13 years of age now. I've had him since he was 6 months old. So yeah, he's going to be a very old man when he goes, I think, and he's still going to be bossing me around, and he's still going to be telling me what to do. And that's absolutely fine. Next one. This was written before yesterday, obviously. So my plan was, after my getting over cancer, I was reinventing myself, remembering that change is okay. Nothing has to stay the same just because you're comfortable. Change can be good. Your journey is yours alone, but you can take people with you. You don't have to do it by yourself, you know, and those people can drop in and out, and that's perfectly acceptable. They don't have to be with you for the long haul. The friends I thought, current company excluded, because she buggered off up north and left me. The friends I thought were going to be there for me in the worst time of my life weren't. They weren't. They all said, I can't do this, too much. And the ones that were there for me were the ones I hadn't seen in years, or I'd met twice. A friend of mine, Emma, I literally met at a horse show 9 years ago, and I've spoken to her once since then. And she was there for every chemo, every radio, every op. The other friend was one I haven't seen since school. And again, she would pick me up. If Emma dropped me off, she would pick me up. I was allowed to be discharged from hospital at 10 o'clock one night, and by golly, I was on that phone like, who can get me right now, get me out of here. I am not staying in here a minute longer than I have to. And Becca, she had had a drink, so she was like, I can't come. And I'm like, it's okay, it's fine, I'll just leave in the morning. And next thing you know, she's messaging me, it's okay, Jason can come and get you, Jason's our partner. So he drove and got me, and I proceeded to throw up quite violently in his brand new Range Rover. As a result of codeine. I don't do codeine. Managing pain. So yeah, don't do codeine, Carrie. And you have to manage it, otherwise it'll take over. And if you can get on top of it, it allows you to think. Whereas if you give into it, that's all you can think about. And you'll go nowhere doing that. So get on top of it, get it done, move on. Learning to accept the new me. That was an easy one, really easy. I've literally got a dent missing out the side of my boob, and quite frankly, I don't care if they're there or not. I've never been that well endowed. Apparently it missed a generation and went straight to my daughter. But I don't care, you know, I was in the boys' queue anyway, so yeah, just lock the buggers off. What am I good at? Do you know what? I'm bloody good at everything. I am, because I love it. I want to do it, so I get on, I learn, I study, and I get it done. And I praise myself for it, even if it's rubbish at the beginning. I mean, Van Gogh didn't start off brilliant. He practiced. He got it wrong. He practiced some more. He went, that's not too bad. He did a bit more, and he went, bloody hell, that's all right. So I do praise myself, and I think you all should as well. You are good at what you do. What do I love? I love everything. Absolutely everything. And the people in my life, and the animals in my life. And now I've been through cancer, I love the sun, and I love the rain, and I love the wind, and I love the hell. I didn't like it the other day. It was not fun. But I do, I love everything, and I appreciate everything. And how can I make it fit? If I've got to cut the corners off for it to suit me, I'll do that. And that's it. Just, okay, I'm not a round peg in a square hole. I can just cut the corners off and I fit. And you'll fit in anywhere, everywhere. You just got to make yourself fit. And you don't have to conform to do that. You can just chop bits off. And that's fine. Next slide. I am afraid. Yeah, I'm bricking it. But I'll be okay. And you know what? The worst thing wasn't the first diagnosis. It's the second one. Because you know what's coming. However, on that flip side, I do know what's coming. So I can say, that's alright, I know about that. That's fine. We'll do that. Inspiring others. I use that one as well. So inspire others and be brave, but cry if you need to. Can you just come off my slide so that Rebecca's is up there? No, her thing, please. That lady right there. Was who said those words to me. She also gave me a song. Well, she gave me the words of a song.
You said you'd make me cry.
Sorry.
This is your talk.
Sorry. I won't play it, but the song is Kelly Clarkson's What Doesn't Kill You Makes You Stronger. And when she sent me that, I thought, do you know what, you're bloody right. Because it hasn't killed me yet. And it has made me stronger. So thank you, Carol. Go back.
With an E.
Don't forget the E.
Go down the left, babes, and scroll down on it. Yeah.
That's been an emotional one, isn't it? So be brave, but cry if you need to. Push boundaries and learn every single day. You can't ever stop learning, not ever. And you'll go through life thinking, yeah, I got it suss. And then something else will come up and you'll be, no, actually, I really like that. I'm going to learn about that. And it will help you grow as a person. And it might help somebody else grow as a person because you can inspire somebody else or you can help somebody else or advise somebody else. And that's always a good thing. Sorry, darling, next slide.
Okay.
That's me. That's on my daughter's first pony, who we've still got. His name's Merlin, and he is, close your ears, Ruby, he's an arsehole. He is so naughty, and so, this is why I've used that. It says I have been unapologetically me, or me apologetically. That's who he is. He does not care a toss about anything, or anyone. And if he wants to throw you off, he damn well does. And then he sits there or stands there and looks at you as if it's your fault. But he's always looked after me. I've never fallen off him. And I've always felt like he's kind of got my back in some way. And he's an old man now, he's going grey and everything. Next slide. And that's me when I started growing hair back. I think I'm doing really well. If I've got to have a chemo again, I'm going to be pissed. So yeah, and that was my thing. Every chemo, every radiotherapy, every op. Basically, F you to cancer. And I won't go down without a fight.
Round of applause for Carrie, please. Bye.